My name is Zak Goldstein. I'm a Philadelphia criminal defense attorney, and I'm going to talk about what happens at a preliminary hearing. The preliminary hearing is the first major step in the criminal justice process when you're charged in state court in Philadelphia or any of the surrounding counties. There's a preliminary arraignment where bail gets set, but there's no real opportunity to see what the case looks like or to challenge any of the charges at that hearing. But almost every defendant, unless you're charged through the grand jury process, is going to have a preliminary hearing within a couple of weeks of being arrested. And there's two main functions for the defense for the preliminary hearing, and two reasons why the hearing is extremely important. The first is that it's an opportunity to get some, or in some cases, all of the charges thrown out. The prosecution has to show, more likely than not, which is a lower standard than the standard at trial, that the defendant committed a crime, that a crime was committed, and that it was committed by the defendant. If the prosecution can't show that, if the evidence is insufficient, if the witnesses didn't actually see who did it, and it's a circumstantial case without a lot of evidence, then that could be a basis for getting some or all the charges thrown out. So that's extremely important because it gives a chance to avoid all the time and expense of having a trial. Now, in a lot of cases, the charges are going to get past the preliminary hearing because the judge at the hearing is required to believe the prosecution's evidence and believe that it's true. And that's just the law. So if a witness comes in and says that the defendant hit the person in an assault case, then at least some of the charges, maybe not aggravated assault if there's no injuries, but some of the charges are going to make it to the court of common pleas. And so the hearing is still incredibly important in that situation because it's an opportunity to actually get the witness under oath and have a chance to cross-examine them. So the defense gets an idea of whether or not this person's telling the truth, or seems like they're telling the truth. How are they going to hold up for trial? Are they believable, or are they all over the place? And it's also an opportunity to cross-examine them and see if they really remember this. Do they say things that are consistent with a police officer? Do they say something that might be helpful for a motion to suppress down the road once it's in common pleas? It's an opportunity to get an idea of what the case looks like and to get someone under oath to see if they say something that might be helpful for trial. So the hearing is extremely important. In some cases, the case is going to get to the next level, and this is a great opportunity for the defense to get a chance to see the witnesses in court and cross-examine them. Now, when the prosecution can't meet their burden, the charges can be thrown out, and that could be the end of the case. So the preliminary hearing is extremely important.